Go look at a photo of you and your dog right now. I mean it. Pull one up and really look. The shape of the eyes, the energy in the face, the vibe. Because I'm willing to bet there's something there. Something that made you stop for a second and think, wait, are we actually kind of the same? You're not imagining it, and you're not crazy. What you're picking up on is one of the most quietly fascinating things in all of animal behavior, and most people have no idea the science behind it goes this deep. This isn't a coincidence. It isn't just a funny meme or a cute Instagram trend. Researchers have been studying this for decades, and what they've found is genuinely mind-bending. Not just about dogs, but about how we as humans make decisions, form connections, and reflect ourselves in everything around us. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly why dogs and their owners tend to look and act alike, what's happening in your brain when you pick a dog, why personality similarities run even deeper than physical ones, and what all of this actually means for how you raise, train, and connect with your dog. This isn't just trivia. Understanding this changes how you see your dog and, honestly, how you see yourself. Let's start with the physical side, because that's where the research is the most wild. Psychologists from the University of California, San Diego photographed 45 dogs and their owners separately, then showed 28 observers the photos and asked them to match the pairs. The judges correctly matched purebred dogs with their owners in about 3/4 of the cases. 3/4! That's not luck, that's a pattern. But here's what really got me when I first dug into this research. When researchers masked the mouths and showed only the eyes of both the dogs and their owners, 73% of participants matched them correctly. When they masked the eyes and showed only the mouth, the accuracy dropped to basically random chance, 50%. The eyes are where the similarity lives. Think about that the next time your dog looks at you. So why does this happen? Why would a person walk into a shelter and unconsciously gravitate toward a dog that looks like them? The answer is something called the mirror exposure effect. We are exposed to our own faces every single day in the mirror. So when we choose a dog that resembles what we see in ourselves, it feels comforting. The dog's features feel familiar. Think of it like this. Your face is the wallpaper of your life. You've been staring at it your whole existence. So when something in the world echoes that wallpaper back at you, your brain quietly lights up and says, yes, that one. A cognitive scientist at the University of Texas explained it this way. At a shelter, you're not deliberately analyzing each dog's features. It's more of an overall feeling. And one of the things that drives the feeling that something is desirable is familiarity. I've seen this play out firsthand. I had a client, very calm, soft-spoken woman, long dark hair, almost always wore it down. She came in with a Cocker Spaniel, long ears, gentle eyes, quiet temperament. She hadn't read any research, she just felt a connection in the shelter. But the match was textbook. Studies have found that women with long hair tend to prefer dogs with long, floppy ears, while women with short hair prefer prick-eared breeds. She had no idea, neither did the dog, but the pull was real. Now here's where it gets more complicated and more interesting. What about personality? Because if you're anything like my clients, you might be nodding along about the physical stuff and then thinking, okay, but my dog's personality is nothing like mine. And honestly, that might be true right now, but give it time. Personality mirroring tends to happen later, after a dog and owner have lived together for a while. A relaxed owner tends to produce a relaxed dog. This is the part that most people misunderstand completely. They think breed determines personality. They spend weeks researching breeds, reading about temperament charts, buying books. And look, I get it. I used to think that too early in my career. But the research is pretty clear now. Breed characteristics have a much smaller impact on behavior than most people believe. It's widely overestimated. Research shows that dogs in their guardians may have parallel traits in areas like extroversion, anxiety, and sociability. And here's the key thing. Most of that doesn't come from choosing the right breed. It develops through living together, through thousands of small daily interactions. Your energy, your routine, your emotional state. Your dog is absorbing all of it, constantly, like a sponge that never gets wrung out. I've worked with anxious dogs whose owners were anxious, hyperactive dogs with hyperactive owners, and reactive dogs, almost always with owners who were, somewhere underneath it all, reactive too. The dog is often the mirror the owner isn't ready to look into. Research also suggests that the sense of similarity between dogs and owners isn't always immediate. It emerges through something called co-regulation and mutual reinforcement. Much like what happens in close human relationships, you shape each other. It's not a one-way street. So what does all of this mean practically? Why does any of this matter beyond being a great dinner party fact? It matters because it reframes the entire relationship. Your dog isn't just a pet you own. They are, in a very real sense, a behavioral reflection of you. The research suggests that what drives us towards certain dogs follows the same rules as assortative mating, the same instinctive pull towards similarity that governs how humans choose partners, friends, and even the groups they feel safe in. That's enormous. It means that the dog you chose, whether you did it consciously or not, probably resonated with something real in you. And it means that the dog your dog is becoming is being shaped right now by who you are. This is why I always tell my clients, before you try to train your dog, get honest about yourself, because a nervous handler creates a nervous dog. A consistent, calm, clear owner creates a dog that is consistent, calm, and clear. The training is secondary to the relationship. The science here is really just confirming what experienced trainers and behaviorists have known for years. We attract what we are, and we shape what we love. Your dog chose you too, in a way. Even if they were in a shelter with no say in the matter, something in your energy, your presence, the way you walked up to their kennel, that was a match being made. And every day since then, you've both been slowly becoming more like each other. So here's what I want you to sit with before the next video. If your dog is a reflection of you, what is your dog currently reflecting? Because that's the most honest training report card you'll ever get. Next video, I'm going to go deep on how your daily emotional state directly affects your dog's behavior, including one specific habit that anxious owners do every single morning that makes their dogs worse. That one's going to hit close to home. See you there.